If you want to be an authentic person-centered organization that properly bills for services, then you have to ensure that the documentation reflects all of the ways the person was involved in the process. This begins with daily notes that capture all of the important work that your staff engage in with the person served. EasyPro has numerous systems in place to aid you in this endeavor. You probably know that we alert your managers to shallow notes, missing notes, notes that are not signed. But did you know we can alert you to notes that are similar to other notes? That's right, just in case your staff attempt to replicate notes from past services, we have an alert to nudge your managers. This is just another aid to help your management staff to catch unsatisfactory or fraudulent documentation before it becomes an official part of the record. Your managers can and should check the EasyPro system routinely for any notes that have similarities. Our system makes that very easy. Just go to the People Served area, then to People Served Reports, and then to Community Living Note Reports. If you look down at the bottom of your screen, you will see a link that says Check for Note Similarities. Click on this. When this page opens, you will see a default date at the top. You can change that date range to whatever meets your needs. However, please keep in mind that the longer the date range is, the longer it will take to calculate all of the notes in that time frame. You will also notice that it defaults to all employees and a percentage of similarity of 75%. You can make this percentage lower or higher at your discretion. For now, we will leave it where it is. Now you will need to select the Program Supported group. This is the category of people you want to have the system analyze the notes for similarities. When you click on a group, you can look to the right and see a list of individuals that are supported in that group. Once you have identified the group you want to analyze, then you click on Check Similarities, and it will analyze the notes for those people served. Keep in mind that if you use a long date range, it will require more time to compare all of the notes for that period. It will also warn you before running the list that you have selected a time frame that will encompass a large number of files and predict the time it will take for you to run those files. If you don't want to wait that period of time, you can use a smaller time frame. If you choose not to wait a few more seconds for the processing, you can click on No and then adjust your time frame to a slightly shorter period. So here we are changing the time frame to less time and click the Check Similarities. Now it identifies a total of 32 files that the system has found as very similar to one another. To the left, you see the note numbers for easy identification and then the percentage of similarities. Please note that a number of them are 100%. These are actual duplications. That should be sending off alarm bells in your head. So now if you want to see what was written, you can double-click on the note values and the actual verbiage pops up. Isn't that nice? No searching for where these things are. Here you can see the similarity at the top, 100%. You can see the date of the notes that were written and then the staff members' names who actually wrote these notes. Wow, look at that. You just caught someone in a very short amount of time copying notes, and you did not have to read through hundreds of notes to find it. Here you can see one that is not identical, but it is 91% similar. Even though this is lorem ipsum text, you can see that it starts out identical and then is slightly different. This catches those staff who get lazy, but add just a few new words in the verbiage. Now let's look at some notes that are 75% similar. You can see that although they are very similar, they also may be acceptable. Because let's face it, sometimes the services and the days can be similar in nature. Although this would not be an acceptable billable note, clearly there needs to be more information included. Now let's say your manager wants to check in on just one employee rather than all employees. That's easy enough. Just scroll to the top and identify the employee that you're interested in searching. If you're just checking one employee, you could easily extend the note range because obviously one employee will not produce the number of notes that all employees would produce. So with this one employee selected for an extended time frame, we find that there are a total of 3 notes that are very similar. 2 are duplicates and 1 is at 75%. Also keep in mind that you can lower the percentage number and check for a lower percentage of similarities. This will analyze even more notes for fewer similarities. Isn't that cool how the software guides and even prods your managers to catch the errors? So please use EasyPro to hit the mark every time on the most important aspects of your service delivery. We'll make you look smart.